To begin, let's take a look at this PDF. Very interesting document here. The link is in the description. And a big thank you to Ian Leahy for bringing it to my attention. The title of the PDF is Pub 200, Sailing Directions, Planning Guide, and En route Antarctica, prepared and published by the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, copyright the United States government. This is the 11th edition, the 2017 document. Let's see, we're going to go to page 54, and we're going to take a look at something interesting here. We're going to look under optical phenomena. And it says, optical phenomena are common in the region to the south of the 50-degree south marker, and their frequency reaches a maximum in Antarctica. These phenomena, whose appearance range from intricate geometric patterns to colorful electrical displays, are associated with the refraction, reflection, or diffraction of light and electromagnetic activity. There is almost no dust or solid particles in the Antarctic air, and the prevailing winds blowing off the continent have small moisture content. Consequently, the visibility is usually very good and often exceptional, a fact which, if not appreciated, may lead the observer into serious error when judging distances. An object which may be thought to be but 5 miles distant could well be 30 miles away, and mountains have been sighted at 300 miles. Let's read that last sentence again. An object which may be thought to be but 5 miles distant could well be 30 miles away, and mountains have been sighted at 300 miles. Let me just say right here for the record that if anybody can see mountains 300 miles away, then the globe Earth is done, which we've said so many times. But you'll allow excuses. If you do allow those excuses, then expect them, because that's how they've gotten away with this for 60 years. I wanted to show you a website that you can go to. It's called BeyondHorizons.EU. If you head over there, it's people who are taking pictures of extremely long distances. You need to do the same. Get out and do your own tests, do your own research, because when you do observe mountains at 120 miles, at 150 miles, 160 miles, then you have no more reason to believe in a globe. It's impossible. What you have to believe is you have to then take the words of men who say that for some unknown reason, the sun is lifting mountains up off into the distance from behind the curve, which has never been proven, which has never been shown. There's no test, there's no experiment that can show it. It's just men's words. That mountains get lifted up, and it's not like they float up in the sky, or sometimes they're a little bit wavy and they're distorted and it's a mirage. No. These are complete mountain chains sitting at the horizon. So while you may call flat earthers idiots and you may call them morons, it is not flat earthers that are believing in the levitation of mountains. In the 11-mile high, 55,000-foot levitation of entire mountain chains for the sole purpose of displaying them for you at the point of the horizon. No flat earther believes that. However, if you're a globe earther, that's what you believe. That's what you trust. That's what you've put your faith in, that that's what's going on. And when it comes to refraction, it doesn't even matter whether they need it to bend up or to bend down. They'll just say whatever they need to say at that particular moment. And another thing that I can't say enough is that you need to recognize why waiting for mainstream to come out with this, or waiting for the current science establishment to relinquish these facts, will never happen. Because they've built their entire scientific enterprise around these ideas that we are debunking, that we are calling into question. And so they cannot call them into question. They cannot go and double check their work. They cannot do the scientific method. At whatever point they decided to go forward with the ball Earth that doesn't match observations, that doesn't match our curvature measurements, that doesn't match our observations of mountains at 300 miles and 160 miles, and when they didn't change, even though there were signs that things were not correct, when they decided to go forward, because for whatever reason they didn't want to go backward, even though that is what science is, well, then that's on them. But it's our job then to step forward and say enough is enough, because we're just giving them the ability to say whatever they want and people just follow it. Even though people like myself and many other great researchers are pointing out all the evidence that tells you, that screams that we have all fallen for a mathematical construct, not a reality. There is no reality to space travel. There is no reality to moon travel. There is no reality to moonwalks. There's no reality to Stephen Branson putting hotels in space. There is no reality to Juno orbits around Jupiter. There's no reality or truth in the Pluto missions. There's no reality or truth in Cassini. They've never been to Venus. There certainly is no rover on Mars. And there absolutely is no Starman in a Tesla Roadster in outer space. And the quicker you can make that decision for yourself and do your own research and reach the right conclusion, the better. Or you can put your trust and faith in Brian Cox and Bill Nye and Michio Kaku, people who could not possibly even begin to look into the things that we're saying are not true, because it calls into question their entire industry. And believe me, they're going to do everything in their power to keep their positions of power, to keep their significance and their fame. The last thing those guys are interested in is the truth. And that is the truth.